Chapter 81 New Humanity Management Office. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pfft. Ha 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 ha, he called himself your father. Dr. Xiao just lost it, cracking up next to him. I'm Director Wu. I'm looking for Yi Ju. Director Wu's face went dark. I don't care who you are, there are a bunch of Yi Jus around here. Go find him yourself. Asterisk click, star, the call ended. Director Wu stood there, holding the phone, totally stunned. I think Yi Ju might be at the New Humanity Management Center, Wu Jin said suddenly. What? You locked Yi Ju up there? That the Longshao base commander was speechless. We don't know what's going on. Wu Jin's face was stiff. What was going on? The guy ranked 7th in the world, number 1 in China, was chilling in the New Humanity Management Center. What kind of bull crap was this? Wouldn't he put up a fight? Was this really the 7th strongest on the hero list? No way. What was this guy even thinking? He didn't get it. He just didn't get it. What are you waiting for? Go get him. Director Wu snapped, rolling his eyes. 7th in the world, number 1 in China. The military treated this guy like a badge of honor, civilians used him to brag. Number 1 in China. Yeah, big deal. Who said China didn't have any strong people? What was written in those giant, gold letters? Tap, 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 tap. The sound of crisp footsteps echoed through the survivor camp. A major led the charge, followed by a bunch of officers and hundreds of new human warriors. What's all this? Probably just a patrol. Doesn't look like it. People started to murmur. You don't see a major every day, especially with that many people tagging along. Hey, those are the Research Institute guys, all wearing lab coats. Are they going to do some science stuff? Look how serious everyone is. Something big must be happening. No way. Is some super strong demon about to attack? Wait, they're heading for the New Humanity Management Office. What are they going there for? More and more people started talking. Boom, boom, boom. Someone pounded on the door of the New Human Management Office. Who is it? The guy who opened the electronic door froze. A wall of soldiers loomed before him, and Zhuang Hong's presence made him tremble. There's a reason why battle-hardened soldiers give off this terrifying vibe that even animals avoid. It's the aura, the energy, the sheer force of personality. Think about it, that many soldiers packed together, radiating that intensity, staring at him with those serious faces. Could any regular Joe handle that? I recognize your voice. You think you're my father? Director Wu asked, his eyes narrowed and cold. No. I was just messing around. I didn't mean it. I messed up, I really messed up. This new human was only a level 2, and he dropped to his knees in a panic. Next time you talk like that, you can kiss your mouth goodbye, Wu Jin said coldly. Yes, I messed up, the man stammered, nodding frantically. Where are they? Where's Yi Ju? Director Wu demanded. Yi Ju. They're all locked up back there. The man answered quickly. They actually locked him up. The officers from Longshao base just shook their heads, speechless. It was too much to believe. The 7th strongest in the world, number 1 in China, locked up in the New Humanity Management Center. If word got out, the whole world would be laughing. Chapter 82 Wait for him to wake up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tap, 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 tap. A group of people rushed toward Yi Ju. The Yi Jus of Fengcheng and Maicheng were totally stunned. What the heck? What are all these big shots doing here? Are they here to bust us? I swear, I was wrong. My name really is Yi Ju. Me too. I wasn't pretending to be him, I promise. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I'll even change my name, okay? Just let me change my name. Several of the Yi Jus were practically sobbing. I mean, think about it, a bunch of serious-looking people are staring you down. What else could it be but trouble? Open the cell, Wu Jin ordered. Yes, yes, yes. The terrified guard fumbled for his electronic keycard and swiped it, the glass door slid open. All of you, out, Director Wu said. Huh? Out. Okay, we're leaving. Right now, the elderly Yi Ju yelped and hobbled towards the door, using the wall for support. The sight made the other soldiers' faces darken. This is ridiculous. They're just grabbing people at random. They even arrested this Yi Ju. Yi Ju, we're here for you, Director Wu said, looking at the only person left in the cell with relief. The man was lying on the bed, breathing steadily. That's Yi Ju. A few of the soldiers swallowed hard. This was the first time they'd been this close to the boss. They were so excited. My idol's sleeping, he looks so peaceful. One soldier whispered in awe. China's top dog is right in front of us, oh my god. Shoo, keep it down. Don't wake him up. Right, my bad, I got too loud, the soldiers whispered to each other excitedly. Wu Zhen frowned and started to step forward, but someone stopped him. Don't disturb him. We'll just wait outside until he wakes up. Director Wu said. Wu Zhen hesitated, then turned and walked out. Hey, Major, what's taking so long? What are they even doing in there? Yeah, it's been half an hour, right? Outside, the chatter was growing louder. Pfft, they're just a few soldiers. What's the big deal? Yi Ju, where are you? Su Yen glanced over, grabbed a plum, and walked away. 2 hours later, Yi Ju opened his eyes and sat up in bed. On the table next to him was a glass of water. Huh, Comrade Yi Ju. You're finally awake. We've been waiting for you. Director Wu rushed over, beaming. You're here. Where are my things? Yi Ju ran a hand through his hair. That was a great nap. They're at the institute. You'll have to come with us. Director Wu smiled. All right. Yi Ju stood up and looked out the door. 2 soldiers were standing at attention. Colonel, it's an honor to meet you. My name is Wu Zhen, Major of Ordnance, Commander and Manager of Base S. Wu Zhen snapped off a perfect salute. Brother Yi Ju, you don't need an introduction. I'm from Longshao Base, Lieutenant General. The young lieutenant smiled. Wait, what's going on? Colonel. Me? Yi Ju looked confused. How did he get promoted to colonel without even knowing it? Yes, it's an order from Commander Long himself. He insists that you receive a full military salute whenever you're near Longshao Base. The lieutenant explained. Whatever, I'm not really interested in that stuff. Yi Ju shrugged. Chapter 83 I Killed Him. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Wu Zhen heard that, he frowned, but he wasn't about to jump the gun. Yi Ju now outranked him by 2 levels, and since Long himself had approved it, it had to be legit. Alright, let's get going. Yi Ju was still itching to get his hands on those magic cores and that falling gold. Huh, Comrade Yi Ju, I've never seen you this eager before. Wu chuckled. This is really important to me. Yi Ju replied. Important, huh? Could it be, are you close to becoming an awakened? Wu asked, shocked. What? An awakened? Wu Zhen stared at Yi Ju, equally stunned. He knew Yi Ju was a newly minted level 5, but could those magic cores really push him over the edge? Were they about to witness the birth of an awakened firsthand? Man, you're a legend. The soldiers were practically buzzing. He was China's top dog for a reason, about to become an awakened any day now. They were about to see an awakened in action. Maybe. Yi Ju nodded. He wasn't aiming to become just any awakened, he was taking a gamble, going for Special Evolver. But this was just the start. Special Evolvers needed to change their profession to become a legendary demon hunter. Is there anything we can do to help? Wu asked quickly. Is the anti-demon armor ready? Yi Ju countered. We're in the trial phase. We can have the first prototype ready in about a week, Wu said proudly. Okay, I need it. Yi Ju grinned. Wu Zhen frowned again. That first anti-demon armor was a big deal. How could they just hand it over to anyone? He opened his mouth to protest, but Wu cut him off. No problem. I know about your deal with Dr. Xiao. The first anti-demon armor has 10 blue slots, meaning it can take 10 blue-tier enchantments. Just tell us what you want. Slot them all with swiftness. Yi Ju stated. 10 swiftness. Wu paused. If he remembered correctly, blue-tier swiftness wasn't exactly common. I can get you 10 pieces of swiftness gear in a week, but I've got a condition. Wu Zhen suddenly interjected. Go on. Yi Ju glanced at him. Help me find my son. His name's Wu Lei. He's still in S City, whereabouts unknown. Last I heard, he was with a starlet named Ni Chuyun. Wu Zhen said slowly, each word deliberate. He's dead. Yi Ju shook his head. That guy who ate demon meat was probably a festering mess by now. What, you've seen him? How did he die? Wu Zhen immediately stepped forward, his voice full of shock. He ate demon meat, got infected, turned into a walking corpse. I put him down. Yi Ju said plainly, it was true. When he saw that guy, he was already beyond help. What? You killed him? Wu Zhen grabbed Yi Ju's collar, disbelief etched on his face. Sir, please. Calm down. Wu and the officer were instantly on edge. The guy Wu Zhen was grabbing was China's #1, 7th in the world. That's right. Yi Ju confirmed. You. Wu Zhen stumbled back, his face paling. Sir, once you're infected with demonic substances, you turn into a mindless monster. There's no cure. We all know that. Wu tried to reason with him. But what if there was a chance? What if, just what if? Wu Zhen clenched his teeth. He promised his wife he'd do anything to save their son, and this was the result. Chapter 84. All conditions are met. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kid, let's be real, this ain't gonna happen. Director Wu patted Wu Zhen on the shoulder. Everyone knows, he and the major were distant relatives. All right. Wu Zhen took a deep breath and headed out. What about my speed boost? Yi Ju asked, glancing at him. Don't sweat it, Yi Ju. That kid's good for his word. Director Wu smiled. Kitten Research Institute. Yi Ju blinked, surprised. No choice. Dr. Xiao insisted on changing the name, or she would have quit. Director Wu said, sounding helpless. She's got a mind of her own, that's for sure. Yi Ju commented. Even when they first met, Dr. Xiao stood out. Bro, Yi Ju, you're finally here. Dr. Xiao emerged from the lab. Bro? Yi Ju touched his nose. Before time travel, he was way older than her. He was 66 during the Demon God War. Anyway, you said you'd help me upgrade my armor. You haven't forgotten, have you? Dr. Xiao said with a wink. The soldiers behind them were practically drooling. This woman was hot, and her black stockings were top tier. I didn't exactly promise, but I'll help. Yi Ju conceded. The second and third generation anti-demon and anti-hell armors were vital to humanity. Yi Ju, here are the magic cores you wanted. Director Wu stepped forward, carrying a box. He opened it to reveal 10 magic cores nestled inside. Yi Ju reached out and stored the magic cores in his space bracelet. Is that a space bracelet? Dr. Xiao grabbed his arm, excited. Yep. Yi Ju nodded. Can I study it? Dr. Xiao asked eagerly. Nope. Yi Ju shook his head. It contained too much sensitive stuff. Blueprints for the legendary Huangquan Dao, beam tower designs, various materials. Fine. Dr. Xiao instantly dropped his arm and moved away. Colonel, Commander Long sent this especially for you. Just then, the lieutenant approached and placed a patterned box on the table. What's this? Yi Ju looked inside. It was 10 more magic cores. He just got 20 magic cores, 10 flesh and blood, and 10 crystal. Huangquan Dao, the requirements for special evolution were complete. Looks like Colonel Yi Ju's pleased. The young lieutenant smiled slightly. Couldn't be happier. Saved me a ton of time. Yi Ju agreed. So, you accept the rank of colonel? The lieutenant asked. No. Yi Ju replied immediately. The young lieutenant's smile faltered. He hadn't expected Yi Ju to refuse so bluntly. What was he going to do now? But if Dragon Roar Base needs my help, I'm in. Yi Ju smiled. Phew, you scared me. Even if it's just in name. The lieutenant sighed in relief and gave a crisp military salute. He needed to get back to Longshao Base, but facing a swarm of flying demons meant a helicopter was a risky bet. Survival would depend on luck. Yi Ju, are you planning to awaken now? Can we watch? Now alone with Director Wu and Dr. Xiao, they asked eagerly. You want me to level the place? Yi Ju flashed a grin. Chapter 85 They are coming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What makes you say that? Director Wu and Dr. Xiao looked totally confused. What I'm trying to unlock isn't just some mutation or energy boost. The real kicker is, you need a serious magic core. Yi Ju's eyes burned like a wolf eyeing its prey. A special evolver. Becoming one is the only way to kickstart everything. So, where do we even find this powerful magic core? Director Wu asked. Past the 3 gates of hell, across the river Styx, lives a powerful demon called the Inquisitor. I need his core. Yi Ju's voice was raspy, filled with raw desire. The Inquisitor. Dr. Xiao frowned. That name, it's a mouthful. Think of him as some kind of demon judge, a high-ranking official in their hierarchy. Yi Ju explained. And what right do these damn demons have to judge us? Director Wu slammed his fist on the table, furious. This isn't about right or wrong. It's just a bloodbath, a fight for survival, driven by instinct. That's all it is, Yi Ju said with a chilling smile. Who lies in that coffin, bathed in black light, deep in the heart of hell? He needed to find out. But, this world was swimming in secrets. Last time around, humanity never even glimpsed the Garden of Eden. Rumor had it that angels existed, even now. Some claimed to have seen them. They said angels aren't what we picture. They're a ruthless race, pursuing their own twisted agenda by any means necessary. The Long Roar Base will be ready soon. The city's about to be evacuated. But the demon in the river is due to surface in a month. Is this all leading to some final showdown in City S? Director Wu recalled Yi Ju's earlier warning. Showdown? Nah. This is just the opening act. Yi Ju's face remained blank. He turned and walked away. First things first, he had to forge the legendary Huangquan blade. 15 days later, the river Styx was churning. A massive figure slowly emerged from the depths. Enough souls gathered. The crossing is finally complete. The figure's form solidified, revealing a monstrous humanoid wearing a triangular helmet and mask. The towering figure, easily 30 feet tall, dragged a massive, grotesque machete, making a terrifying statement. Go now, violence. Punish mankind for its sins, reap more souls, and open the gateway to the underworld for us. A deep, guttural voice echoed from across the river. As you command. Violence, the Inquisitor of the Underworld, growled in response. He dragged his machete, crushing lesser demons underfoot. His massive, muscled arms clawed their way up the rock face as he crawled toward the surface. In the darkness behind him, countless crimson eyes followed Violence, inching ever closer to the world above. Oh my God, demons are swarming the surface. They're coming. A soldier, risking everything, raced back from the darkened suburbs, screaming his warning, they're here. The simple word sent shivers down everyone's spines. Demons, while alive, were shielded by demonic energy, making them invisible to thermal imaging. Only the naked eye could even begin to estimate their numbers. This is the 91st Regiment. Oh God, there's only one of us left. Demons, countless demons are coming. They're coming. The survivors at the stronghold were paralyzed with fear. They understood one thing, these demons were not simple creatures, they had an army. Chapter 86 Kill 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 Kill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Are they really here? The demons Yi Ju warned us about. Wu Jin jumped to his feet, looking stunned. Major, Director Wu and the others have been gone for 4 days. Sir, the first and second evacuation teams are out. We're the last team. We have to hold back these devils. Panic spread through the survivor camp. Within minutes, everyone could see flames lighting up the sky in the distance, explosions ripped through the night. The devil's attack had begun. They're here. Someone screamed. There's so many of them. It's a freaking swarm. The word sent shivers down everyone's spines, a swarm. What a nightmare. Last team, evacuate now. The major yelled, as planned. Some survivors and soldiers had already started moving. Around 1 million new humans and warriors remained at the stronghold, ready to fight their way out in a mass retreat. Major, we can try to split up and take a detour. Major, I'll lead a group of new human warriors as a decoy. Going around the lake adds too much distance. The only detour is to the south. We don't have enough vehicles, we'll have to hoof it. Wu Jin's soldiers were on the move, frantically discussing routes and strategy. Buzz. A weird sound came from overhead, making their blood run cold. It was the sound of the demons, all of them together, at the same time. Screams erupted from the rear. The devils are gaining on us. Yi Ju snapped his head up. There were just too many people. They were running for their lives, trying to outpace the demons. Teams were getting separated. The dark demons were already lunging. Let's go. Yi Ju, standing on high ground, stared into the distance at the advancing darkness. The first battle between humans and demons was about to begin. He jumped down and raced to the back of the line. Boom. Fire, lightning, hurricanes, ice storms, energy surged around him. Bang. 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 He unleashed it in all directions. The darkness made it impossible to see how many demons were around him. He could only hear their roars. He used the fire skills to try to maintain his bearings. Kill, kill, kill. Yi Ju was moving faster than he ever had. Demon blood splattered on his anti-demon armor. The armor, developed by Director Wu and Dr. Xiao, had speed enhancements. It made Yi Ju 3 times faster than before. Even with the group attack buff, he barely had time to unleash a second one before the demon army was on him. He was losing ground. 20 meters, 15 meters, 10 meters, 8 meters, 6 meters. 6 meters was the ideal range for Yi Ju's most powerful group attack. I've used every group attack I have, and it's still not enough. Yi Ju knew he couldn't wipe them all out. That's why he was relying on the speed of the anti-demon armor to break through the siege. He didn't know how many he had killed. Even with a group attack, some always slipped through. He had been hit more times than he could count. Chapter 87 Dark Day. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I gotta evolve, become something special. Yi Ju steeled himself. He fought his way through the demons, only to be swarmed again and again. There were just too many. He felt like a tiny boat lost in a massive ocean. The surrounding cries for help and screams faded with each passing moment, fewer and fewer, until finally, it seemed like Yi Ju was the only one left in the whole damn world still fighting. He wasn't afraid of the demon's claws. He could heal the instant he was hit. He didn't care about the spirit demons ignoring the laws of physics. He could blast them into oblivion with energy. Even when mutated demons slammed into him, he rolled away, creating distance, and kept fighting. The demonic sludge in the river was highly corrosive. Any other clothes would have been eaten away long ago. His anti-demon armor was damaged, but still held up. He killed. He strangled. He went berserk. Skills flew everywhere, flickering like fire, a dazzling display in the dark. Demons shattered with every breath he took. Everywhere he went, broken demonic corpses littered the ground, not a single one intact. This made the demons behind him hesitate before charging. This was a one-man army in action. But for Yi Ju, who hadn't even awakened his full potential and was just relying on group attack buffs, this was just a taste of what he could be. Poof, star. A flare suddenly lit up ahead. Someone was lighting the way. Under the flare's glow, he saw a freaking horde of demons blanketing the hills and plains, surging forward. These demons had been living in the river for God knows how long, they were desperate for flesh and blood. No justice, no evil, just a ravenous hunger. There's too many. I can't kill them all. Yi Ju was stunned by the sheer number of demons, so this was what the Wasteland was like at the beginning, absolutely terrifying. No wonder, the ancient texts described the first battle as a day of darkness. A day of slaughter. A day of reckoning. Kill. Kill. Yi Ju cut down demon after demon. Soon, he reached the rear guard, a group of humans putting up a fight. They weren't soldiers, but 30-odd newly awakened humans. They formed a defensive circle, moving and fighting off the relentless demon attacks. Those demons were brutal, they'd snatch a bite if they could. Yi Ju watched as people were ripped to shreds, barely any flesh left on their bones. Still, they fought on, retreating slowly, maintaining a tight defense. The demons couldn't break through, not yet. Just then, a flock of winged demons, like bats with sharp beaks and monkey faces, swooped down, spears in hand. Ah! The sudden aerial assault caught them off guard. Chaos erupted as everyone became a target. Yi Ju's heart sank. He didn't know these people, but they were all humans. Seeing such a brutal scene, he charged toward them, killing demons along the way. Minutes ticked by, where a single skill shot could once take down a lesser demon, now it took two. The group attack buffs were tied to his physical strength. The weaker Yi Ju got, the weaker the buffs became. When his strength finally gave out, the demons would tear him apart. Even with an immortal body, what good was just ahead? Chapter 88 The Underworld Sword is Born. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But Yi Ju didn't back down an inch. He wasn't just busting his butt to cover their retreat, he was hunting for someone specific among those demons, that outsider judge, the one they call violence. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Blood mixed with demon goo plastered Yi Ju's face. He didn't even have a second to wipe it off. He could barely keep his eyes open. Then, the forward unit seemed to launch an artillery shell. Boom. The explosion lit up everything around him, skyscrapers. Yi Ju's eyes snapped open. He bolted forward, ignoring the demon right behind him. He burst into the nearest high-rise. He sucked in a breath and started climbing. Finally, he reached the rooftop and stared down into the darkness. Click. He ripped off part of his armor. The damn thing had already cost him a third of his savings. Good thing it was still functional. I'm a hunter. Gotta be patient. Yi Ju took a deep breath and melted into the shadows. His eyes scanned the battlefield. Wu Zhen's troops were surrounded by a ton of heavy artillery, so, the places lit up by constant explosions were where they were pulling back. The scattered flickers of light being snuffed out were where the demons were swarming. Sorry, Major. We're out of heavy ordnance. My juice is all gone too. What's your status? The soldiers screamed, but their voices were swallowed by the demons' roars. Without heavy weapons, the fighting died down a lot. Roar. Then, a demon, easily 30 feet tall, lumbered onto the field. Holy crap, what is that? That machete is gigantic. Run for your lives. What are you staring at? Found him. It's him. Violence. Yi Ju's eyes flashed with excitement. Violence waded into the battle. Nobody could stand against him. His huge machete could chop down 4 or 5 enhanced humans in one swing. Humans, surrender your souls. Violence cackled, his eyes burning with a fierce light. Is that the demon Yi Ju was talking about? Wu Zhen grabbed his binoculars and stared, his face going white. I hope he can handle that thing. Finally, you showed your face. Yi Ju leaped into action, cutting down hundreds of demons in an instant. He planted himself right in front of Violence. Finally, he'd waited for him to appear. I remember your stink, human. Violence roared and charged. He swung his machete straight at Yi Ju. Xing, star, the Huangquan blade materialized in Yi Ju's grip. Rise from the depths, Huangquan blade. The Huangquan blade slashed horizontally at Violence. Sparks flew as the massive machete clashed with the Huangquan blade. Human. You are dead. Violence grinned evilly, throwing all his weight behind the machete, boom. Ju's boots sank into the ground, his anti-demon armor shattered, sending pieces flying in every direction, whoosh. Whoosh, the razor-sharp fragments even killed a few demons closing in. Ha ha ha. Violence laughed triumphantly, but the laughter cut off. The next moment, his enormous machete snapped in two. Boom, the broken blade plunged into the ground far away. The sight was unbelievable. Even the demons who were about to pounce froze in their tracks. That sword the human is wielding. Could it be? Why is it glowing purple? Chapter 89. This is the demon-slaying blade. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is the Huangquan blade, you bastards. Remember it. Yi Ju roared, bang. A jolt of pain shot through Violent's chest. He looked down, startled. The clean, gaping wound had split his chest open, revealing his beating heart. Thump, thump, thump. The next second, his heart exploded in a shower of blood and pus, splitting in two. Thought you were tough, huh? Guess I'll just crank up the cheat codes. One shot, you're done. Penetration plus a 5-fold phantom, 2 passives, and the Huangquan blade. What did you think was gonna happen? Boom. He kicked Yi Ju with all his might. The force sent Yi Ju flying. His body hit the ground with a sickening crack. Reflection. A strange note of dominance filled Yi Ju's voice. A human. Actually intimidating a demon for the first time. Violent didn't answer, but his trembling hands betrayed his fear. A demon, actually scared of a human. Thinking about calling in the demon horde? Just try it. Yi Ju's voice was cold. Today, he was taking that powerful magic core. Violent glanced at the knife in Yi Ju's hand, fear gripping his heart. An overwhelming sense of dread washed over him. He'd expected the human he'd kicked away to be dead, but how was he still standing there, alive and kicking? The sheer impossibility of it all was surreal. How could a human defeat a demon? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Thinking it's impossible, huh? Absolutely impossible. Yi Ju sneered. Violent's body shuddered. His triangular head snapped back, revealing rows of sharp, cold teeth. 7th on the human hero list. Not bad. He grinned, a strange expression on his face. A possession? Yi Ju's expression darkened. The creature in front of him was no longer violent, he was being controlled by a greater power. Who are you? Yi Ju demanded. Me. I hail from the Netherworld. I am its lord. The voice was icy. Immediately, fear paralyzed the demons around them. They didn't dare to move. Thought so. Yi Ju exhaled. The lords of hell each ruled their own purgatorial realms. They were rivals, competitors, constantly at each other's throats. Now that the triple gates of hell were open, he'd feared it was the lord of hell from the 3rd level of purgatory taking over, but hearing that it was the lord of the Netherworld brought a smile to his face. Are you laughing? The lord of the Netherworld asked, his voice dripping with coldness. I'm laughing, and loving it. Even the lord of hell from the 1st level has to possess some random demon to act tough. You think you've got what it takes? Everyone else might be fooled, but I know you. I could take down 10 assassin-type demons with one hand. Yi Ju stared down at the possessed Violent. Boom. Violent's aura surged to its maximum. Visible ripples radiated outward, distorting the air around him. Even the bloodstains on the ground trembled. Then, with a sickening sound, everything burst apart. Wanna fight? You have any idea what I'm holding? Yi Ju's eyes glowed crimson as he raised the purple-hued Huangquan blade. This is the demon-slaying blade. This is the demon-slaying blade. This is a ray of hope. And it just so happens this blade needs a demon god's heart for its consecration. Lord of the Netherworld, I'll see you in the demon god arena. Whoosh. Yi Ju charged forward, leaping into the air. Boom. Violent's massive head crashed to the ground. Chapter 90. The end of the Wasteland reappears. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Got him. One-hit kill. Whoa. Blood everywhere. Yi Ju just took down the toughest demon this side of the river. He flicked his wrist, scattering blood from his Huangquan blade, and turned his back on the scene. He did it, that Wuzhen practically jumped out of his skin, dropping the binoculars. The big bad is down. So these demons, they've gotta be demoralized, right? But, after what felt like forever. To hell with you, humans. The severed head roared with insane fury, and the demon horde. They went ballistic, straight up berserk. Poof! Yi Ju ripped the massive magic core from Violent's corpse, then, in a heartbeat, he was swallowed by the swarm. Everything went black, and pain shot through every nerve in his body. If he blacks out here, he's toast. Buffed up to the max and hauled ass, the resulting explosion leveled buildings, he ran for his life. But there were just too many of them. Completely overwhelming. Killing one boss didn't stop them from wanting a human snack. Boom. 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 Finally, a massive chunk of rubble slammed Yi Ju to the ground. The buildings on either side of him crumbled, burying him alive. Yi Ju was spent. He didn't know how long he'd been running. The area of effect energy blast took out most of the surrounding buildings. Then, he was plunged into darkness. Time became meaningless. He was flashing back to his previous life, the demon god's 10th victory. The last human hero defeated, no more heroes left, and the other races declared humanity forfeit, annihilation. Child, maybe this era wasn't meant for you. If you get the chance, go back to the beginning. His mother's last words hit him hard, a wave of grief washing over him. He saw it all, the end of the human race, the countless dead bodies raining from the sky. What did that look like? The end. A wasteland apocalypse. Everyone broken, crushed, devastated. Then, the demon god descended, and the last of humanity turned to ash. Ack! Yi Ju screamed, snapping back to consciousness, but all he saw was darkness and felt the chill of what seemed like hell. Damn, that's heavy. I'm pinned. He scowled and activated his buff. Boom. The impact sent the stones flying. He staggered to his feet. Somehow, his recovery buff had patched him up. Sunlight streamed down from above. He was standing in a pile of ruins. He took stock of his injuries, missing some flesh. Can't fix that, but otherwise good to go. Score. Yi Ju grinned, eyeing the massive magic core in his bracelet. He scanned the area, silent. The demons seemed to be gone. How long was I out? He had no idea. His stomach growled loud enough to hear it in the empty city. Time to eat. Yi Ju pulled out some food and water, plopped down, and started chowing down. As he ate, his strength started to come back. His vision cleared. In the dim light filtering through the dark clouds, all he could see was corpses.